as soon as you have that product in the marketplace and affordability is helped, then house prices will rise to use up that affordability.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Because it's a competition for these homes.
Yep.
Right.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Now, let's talk a little bit about this other interesting topic that came up recently, which is the 40-year mortgage. And so, I want to go out and I want to buy a home and I want to use a 40-year mortgage. Where do I go?
Right. So none of the traditional products will say you do that.
Okay.
So you can't get that on an FHA or VA or conventional loan. There are some niche products out there that do allow for 40-year amortizations, but there was a recent story that was circulating about FHA allowing for 40-year, and that's what sort of got these conversations started recently for me. And that was a misleading sort of story.
Right.
Well, FHA basically came out and said for those borrowers that were in distress, making late on their mortgage, potentially in danger of being foreclosed on, you are now allowed to, as a lender, you're allowed to modify their mortgage and make it a 40-year term, therefore making it a more affordable payment and a potential fix. Right. But it is a topic on the table, especially with HUD right now.
Indeed.
They're looking at that as an option.
Yeah.
And I just got to say, terrible idea.
There you go.
Do not do that.
Yeah.
Don't take a 40-year mortgage, people.
Yeah. It's hard.
Why not, John?
It's a lot more expensive.
Boy, I got some opinions on this. All
Okay.
right,
It's a lot more expensive, first of all.
Yes, over time,
Right.
you are talking tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars more in payments over the extra 10 years of that mortgage. It undermines the speed at which buyers gain equity in their property.
Which is the more important element to me. That's because rarely do people, and we were talking about this before, rarely do people ever get to the point where they actually pay off a 30-year mortgage in 30 years. Now, they might get a windfall at some point and just decide to pay it off, but rarely do people go to full term on a mortgage. Very, very rare.
And on the equity part, like you're saying there too, if you're not paying it down as fast, then you're going to have less sellers come to the market because they don't have enough equity to actually pay.
Well, right. You can trap people in their homes potentially.
Yeah, definitely.
It's one thing where, like, we can acknowledge in our area, 5 to 7 years is the average time you keep a mortgage.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that range. And in 5 to 7 years on a 30-year mortgage, you can pay down a fair amount of principal that would allow you to sell that property and potentially get out of it.
Yeah.
Right? If I put you in a 40-year mortgage, that is completely undermined. Right? You're going to pay, and I'm making this number up. I didn't do the math, but I would expect you're going to pay off 35% of what you would have paid off in the 30-year mortgage.
Significantly less.
Yes, significantly less.
Yeah. You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now. If you ever have a question about real estate or any of the other topics we cover, just call me off air or text me at 702-203-1165. You can also check us out on the web at lvrealestateradio.com or on our handle on social media at LV Real Estate Radio.